Hello again, everyone. Today I have an unboxing of this limited edition Da Vinci artist brush. It's a watercolor brush, and in addition to sort of a special design along the handle, it also has a metal point tip at the end, which you can draw with. So this is a special edition, but Da Vinci actually has a regular edition of these that just has a black handle, comparable in price to what I got this one for. And this was sort of my Christmas gift to myself, along with using some credit that I had at Jackson's. So I was kind of squirreling that away so that I could get something nice like this for myself. This is obviously a splurge, and it is, do I need this? No. Do I want this? Yes. So that's where we are with that. And I have not opened this yet, so you're going to be seeing my first impression. I'm not going to be actually painting with the brush, but I think that I am going to do a little test with the metal tip at the end. So this is kind of like the same concept, I think, as like silver point, because if you have a silver metal bit at the end of something, you can actually write on or draw onto paper and not have to need a pencil. And I'm not sure what this is made out of. Maybe the box will tell us. But this will never go dull. So you'll always have a writing implement at the back of your brush, which I thought was kind of fun because I do sometimes want that. Okay, so something to draw with, and then I don't have something handy when I'm painting. So I'm going to go ahead and take this little bit off because I have to do that in order to open it up. Oh, let me take that glue off too because I don't want that to stick to stuff. All right. And okay, so it is in the box here. So the tag just says limited edition, watercolor brush, mix B. Oh, so this also does have a mix of natural hair and synthetic. So I can't remember which line this is from Da Vinci. So this is not vegan, but I think, I can't remember if they have a regular version that is just synthetic, or if it's actually all natural hair. I don't remember. So you'd have to take a look at that. Ethergraph. So that's what the metal point tip is at the end of the handle. So that's obviously their own little name for something, whatever that is. Traditional handmade watercolor brush carefully tied up by wire in our factory. Jade green handle made of raffia wood. Okay. And like I was saying, the regular edition of this type of brush does just have a black handle, or maybe it's a brown handle. I've had that one on my wish list for quite some time. So it's a metal alloy tip, which is what it's saying here. You might not be able to see that very well. Although it does have a little website that you can check out if you want to find out more information. It's www.ethergraph.it, which I guess .it is a website in Italy. So we have here limited edition selection 2020. So it's very interesting. So this so it's 2022 when I'm filming this, at the end of 2022, and they only just recently started carrying this at Jackson's. So, and supposedly there's very limited numbers of these. I don't know if it said. Oh yeah, so the brush itself should be numbered, actually. Oh wow, look at this. So official. Yeah, and this box is very nice. Okay, so I'm going to put that over to the side. So here I have my, oh wow, it's even like actually signed by someone. I don't think that's a printed signature. So this is the limited edition, and this one is apparently 556 of 650. So they're apparently reaching the end of their line. And then they do actually, so this is, I guess this is the series. It's 438-2020, and it does look like they have some different, let's see. Oh, so yeah, so there's a variety of different brushes that are in this 2020 collection. There's this number here, which is Blue Russian Squirrel Hair with an ochre handle with 620 pieces. I wonder if they're all the same design, just different materials in the brush. So yes, because this is 438 2020, which is mix B, they say, which I was reading off the front, which is the natural hair synthetic mix with the jade green handle. And it looks like they also had one with just synthetic fibers. So they do have a limited edition with just synthetic, the Casanio fibers. And that has a purple handle, which would only have 750 pieces. So it sounds like that one has more than the others, which makes sense because that's a little bit less expensive of a material. I really got this one because I think it's the only one that Jackson's had. I do, at this point in time, I do prefer to get more synthetic brushes, but, a mix is also nice. So I'm going to put that off to the side too. Oh, wow. It even has this really beautiful, let's see, how does this even work? So it's tied together here. Looks like it's just looped around these little knots. I have never gotten anything limited edition before from them. Oh, so it looks like it fits in here. You slide it, assuming I can actually do that. You slide it through that little slot there. Although that seems silly. It seems like it would just go in. Seems more fiddly than it's worth, quite honestly. Okay, there we go. So it would go in there, and then you would, close it up like that. It's kind of an odd design for a little leather case, actually. And I probably should have gone the other way. But I'm going to put this back in the box and put that off to the side so that I can show you the brush. So this is actually a really good size brush. This is, I think, a number 3 mop. And they're really, at least I'm pretty sure that's what the original order said. But there is no standard sizing for watercolor brushes or brushes in general, I think. So it would not, if you wanted to get a size 3 mop brush with the hand binding here, it wouldn't always be the same. It actually feels really nice in my hand. It's not super long, but I don't like super long brushes for watercoloring. It actually has a really, really nice feel. I'm going to leave the plastic on for now because I want to leave that on until I use it the first time, just because I don't want the tip to get sort of messed up. And it does have the, they put gum arabic on the brush itself so that it'll be formed and won't, the bristles won't go everywhere. But this should be a fairly soft brush. But the squirrel brushes that are in these mop designs, even though they're soft brushes, they do come to quite a nice tip. And you can actually see the tip in there. It's a pretty nice tip. So you have a lot of control with just the teeny tip, and then you can fit, and it'll hold a lot of water. So it'll hold a lot of water. So this could be used as both a detailing brush and a wash brush, which I think gives it a lot of versatility. And this metal tip back here really does give it a nice feel in the hand. It actually feels a lot more like some of my fountain pens when you hold it rather than a watercolor brush. I really like the substantial feel of it. I think it's going to be really nice to paint with. I was a little concerned that this handle was going to be too broad for my hand, but it seems just about perfect. This seems really, really nice. Okay, so let's go ahead and test the metal tip. I'm not sure if this is mixed media paper. It might be mixed media paper. Oops, little bits of paper in there. I think this is mixed media paper. I'm just going to take out, I have two pieces there. I'm just going to take out one, and this is going to be a test. Okay, so yeah, it does write pretty well. And so I'm trying really light pressure. The light pressure, you don't need to, it's hard for you to see, but let's see if I can, yeah, there you go. So the lighter pressure does create a pretty light line. Harder pressure is going to create a thicker line. Yeah, this is great, actually. This is way better than I anticipated. I thought I wasn't going to be able to get too much line variation out of this, but you really can. The lighter you press, you get a pretty thin, less bold line, and the more you press, you get a firmer line. So let's see if I can do a test with just sort of a light touch. Yeah, this is fabulous. You know, this might be my new brush that I'm going to be using for everything, actually. Because it'd be really good to sort of, you know, you can sort of sketch out some mountain ranges here. And then, you know, another one in the background. And you can't really see very well because I'm doing a very light touch. But then, you know, with the light touch, once you go over it with watercolor, it should be not that visible. But what I do want to test is to see if I can erase these lines. Let's see, where is my pencil? I might have an eraser in my drawer. Oh, I should have been prepared with an eraser because I don't. Oh, I know I have one here. Okay, there's my pencil. All right. So this has a little eraser on the back. Whoops. I always forget with these. This is a Pentel Carry pencil, which is a great pencil. It's one of my standards, but I always forget where the eraser is. The eraser is on the cap, not on the back of the pen. So let's see. So it looks like you can erase a little bit, but there's probably always going to be a little bit of a line there, especially with a boulder mark. Yeah, so erasing is not going to be complete if you want to erase, which is why I would probably go with a lighter line there. But you can see it's a little bit more faded, so I erased the T. I also tried to erase this line over here, which is still there, but it is more faint than it was. Oh, it was actually this line, which is actually almost all erased. So it seems like you could probably fully erase really light lines. So this is gonna be amazing. I'm really, really excited. And I think I will do a separate video once I've started using this to kind of give you the details of how the brush itself works in conjunction with the sketch tool at the back. But this is fantastic. You know, this was kind of a on my wish list of it would be nice to have, but now that I've actually used it, I think it's going to be incredibly useful. I suppose I could use it as a travel brush since it is so short and it does have a carrying case. So that's an idea, but I have so many travel brushes, it'd be a shame to set them aside for something that's actually a real brush. But this is really, really great. Really, really great. Oh, and here on the handle, it just says Da Vinci, and then it is 556 out of 650. Selection 2020 is what it says. And then there's a little logo here, which I wonder if that is the wood. The wood is really, really pretty. It's like marbled, almost looks like marbled wood. It's probably, what do you call that? When there's like tons of little dense bits of wood in the wood. I'm totally blanking on the name. You probably know what I'm talking about. Burl wood. There we go. Burl wood, because burl wood is super beautiful when fountain pens are made out of it, and this is actually really beautiful too. I'm assuming that the wood is stained with this green stain. All right. Well, I actually didn't expect this video to be this long because I'm super impressed with the writing implement. And if you like the idea of a metal tip drawing tool, you can get just metal tip drawing tools for way less than you could get this combo brush. And it might be something fun to just kind of throw in your travel kit, or, you know, something that you could use to just put out a general sketch before you watercolor. So I would check it out. I know that Jackson's has one or two that it's just regular metal. And I think I've seen them as cheap as like $12. So you should be able to get something if you like that concept and don't necessarily want it with the brush. All right, well, that's all I had for you today. Feel free to subscribe to keep track of future videos on my channel. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. I will see if this is still available as of the time that I post this. If not, I will not put a link. But maybe I'll see if I can find the regular version as well and put a link to that. I know, so I got this at Jackson's, but I know that they also have carried the regular version at Jerry's Artorama. So I'll see what I can find, but I don't want to give you a link if it's not available anymore, basically. All right. Well, I hope to see you next time, but in the meantime, have a great day. Thanks so much. Bye.